The real idea for the roadmap came out of really understanding that all of our companies have these ambitions towards the Sustainable Development Goals. The roadmap gives us some strategy and strategic direction to be able to talk about real initiatives that will make the state more sustainable.
The roadmap is really a list of our action items that are the result of the Sustainable Development Goal study that we performed. Was a 6-month analysis of sustainability and resilience in the state of South Carolina with 44 ambassadors from public and private sector.
We want to assist companies and organizations to stretch themselves, have not only the things that they want to accomplish, but then looking to see how we can do things better that is going to be a benefit for our people, our planet, and for profit.
So when we talk about partnerships for prosperity and quality of life, we're talking about bringing stakeholders together across all industries and nonprofits. The biggest example of how we do that and do that well is with the Sustainable Leadership Initiative. It is a partnership with Furman University. And we have ambassadors who are working together across the state to really drive our mission forward, drive our vision forward.
When I came into SLI, I thought I had a pretty good understanding of sustainability and the direction of it. We got to see different companies in actions and see their sustainability initiatives in action. It was a wonderful opportunity to see what's happening throughout the state.
Land and Water Action Platform is really where we can bring the private sector to the table, and they can be part of leveraging state and federal dollars and be a part of the movement to protect our most valuable natural resources.
The governor was able to get from the legislature $200 million for future conservation measures. And Sustain SC has been a great partner in helping us move that project forward.
STEM 2030 is really looking at how we can help students get those skills at our technical colleges and universities, help support our K-12, how we can help companies train and upskill their employees, because we know that by 2026, it's looking like we are going to have a 10% deficit of employees in that area that need those skills.
Capitalizing on the sustainable revolution is something that we're already seeing in South Carolina. We've seen the automotive industry transition to the EV industry. We've seen over $10 billion capital investments in clean energy transition. And at Sustain SC, we think we have just really reached the tip of the iceberg in these investments.
One thing that we see about South Carolina is that it has consistently outpaced the national average in terms of rates of economic growth. And we want to make sure that we're able to continue that pattern going forward over the next decade. And meeting the needs of business, specifically with respect to sustainable technologies, is critical and a critical element of that process and that growth strategy.
For the circular economy, South Carolina's new economic opportunity is extremely important as we see companies really invested in zero waste to landfill.
So if we can actually reuse parts and equipment over and over again for the multiple life cycles, that helps to reduce pressure off of our forests and other natural resources, which is really what we're all about.
The three-legged stool, affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy. We're seeing at a very global level these new economies of scale and new types of energies and their investment opportunities there. But we also are seeing a need for energy security, and that's going to take investments in new energy resources.
We are in a critical point for South Carolina. It's actually been publicized. We are heading toward growth in this state where we don't have enough energy generation to meet demand. Along with how we generate power, we need to really be focused on where we generate power and how it's wielded and utilized.
So meeting goals at the local level is really what we're all about. So what we're really working to do with our companies is give them the tools in the toolbox to help invest. So when they have a sustainability report, we are giving them a corporate report to show their headquarters. If you're Michelin, you can send what we're doing in South Carolina as it applies to your global goals to France. And now Michelin in South Carolina is part of the global conversation.
If we can't make it real and create a positive impact on our local communities, then we're not driving the positive impact that is part of our purpose. So it's really important to us to bring our global priorities home to the local level.
So much of the conversation is happening in silos, but the Roadmap to Sustain SC brings all the stakeholders together around 7 very specific initiatives.
We want to make sure that we are hitting all 7 spots as we're on this journey together to make a more sustainable South Carolina.